Hello and welcome. In today's session, I will discuss about welfare state. Before to move towards social policy, we should have knowledge on welfare state. Social welfare is a concept of collective well-being of a community or an entire nation. Social welfare can be attained through various mediums such as families, market, and state. Family being the primary care providing social system, followed by market, where individuals or families or community come together to safeguard their well being and for societies too. But if failed, then state intervenes to safeguard the well-being measures. Thus, the concept of welfare state came from the growing need of state as a welfare provider. State concerned about the minimum quality of individuals' health, education, income, and housing. State ensures these minimum needs to be satisfied for better well-being of the nation. Another key area is industrialization, which pushes towards urbanization and industrial societies, which turns back to the state to meet the minimal standard of their well-being. Somehow, welfare state is influenced by political and economic system. Gosta Esping Anderson in 1990 broadly classified welfare state into three kinds, that is liberal, social democratic and conservative. Liberal welfare states are characterized by means-tested benefits, modest social insurance, and model universal transfers. Means-tested benefits are those benefits where an individual's capital and income affected his or her eligibility. These benefits are referred to people falling under low income households, working section, or dependents over to state. In this model, the benefits are modest and related to social stigma. Here, government encourage market by providing for very minimum or by subsidizing the privately run welfare programs. USA, Canada, and Australia are following such type of liberal welfare state. Next, social democratic welfare state. Social democratic welfare states are responsible for equality of the highest standards and are guided by the social democratic principles. This state promotes policies which are highly universalistic and switch to differential expectations. The dualism of state and market or between middle class and working class is essentially reduced to ensure social rights enjoyed by all are identical and benefits are given out according to one's income. This model also encourages strong solidarity among the beneficiaries. Sweden and Norway are the examples of practicing this model. Next one is conservative. Conservative welfare state tries to maintain social structure of class and status. They don't encourage the market to assume the role of welfare provider. Rather, displacing market from the welfare state. Austria, France, and Germany are the typical examples of practicing this model. India is a welfare state. During pre-colonial, colonial, and post-independence phase, India was facing numerous social issues. As a developing nation, these raising issues are common. Diversity prevails in India and gave birth to several social issues. For example, the practice of sati, child marriage, etc. were the result of different social taboos. Besides certain prevailing issues, India considered as a welfare state because of our constitutional provisions and described as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic in its preamble of the constitution. Indian constitution has provision to safeguard social and economic welfare through fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. To safeguard socio-economic welfare, fundamental rights stated right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. Directive principles of state policy ensures right to adequate means of livelihood, Article 39A, right against economic exploitation, Article 39B, right of both genders to equal pay for equal work, Article 39D, right to work, right to leisure and rest, Article 43, right to education, Article 41, right to maternity relief, Article 42, etc. Moreover, India government brought several policies to fight back with the existing social issues such as Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, Manrega, the National Rural Health Mission, NRHM, the National Rural Livelihood Mission, NRLM, National Youth Policy, NYP, etc., along with different legislations to safeguard its population and their rights. In that way, we can say that India is a welfare state. India is still following certain legislation, and time to time, India is reframing, reconstituting of its laws to regulate the society, to maintain the norms of the society, and to bring and create a peaceful place for all of its citizens. That's what, as a student of social work, it's very important to study social policy, social planning, and welfare state. Here, the concept of welfare state is very important. So we can say India as a welfare state by following our Indian constitution and the preamble of the constitution. Then we have our fundamental rights, which will safeguard our socio-economic rights. Then we have directive principles of state policy, which also ensures our right. Then we have different social policies for state, for central government, and we have different legislations, like for example, dowry. To prevent dowry, we have Dowry Prohibition Act. Then trafficking is a social issue, And to fight back with this social issue, we have a legislation, and that is known as Immoral Trafficking Act. So in that way, our country, our nation, India, is putting uh, the entire state as a welfare state, entire nation as a welfare state. And this is the introductory part, because when we'll go in depth, we need to understand the concept of welfare state. When the concept of welfare state is clear to you, then it will be easy to understand social policy, social planning, and social legislation. With that note, I will conclude here. Thank you.